Hello, hi. I'm sorry. I I wanted to start this pilot episode with something unique. I will do this the next episode too. I don't know yet. I honestly this is really just an improvisation on my part, and given that this is a pilot and nobody who might stumble upon this has any clue what this is even about, I will explain it right away. So, I realized in the last couple of weeks, uh, I just finished making my longest and probably the best video I have made yet, I think. I have realized, and I knew this for a while now, that I have certain compulsion. Some people will say it's ADHD. That's not what ADHD means. A lot of people throw around words like this, by the way, but that's not what this is, and I know that. It's a compulsion. It's something that I I'm restless in a way, and I do have this. I realized I have this just weird thing that if I have nothing to do, I want to make a video. I want to make videos, and which you could agree that for somebody who has a YouTube channel or two, I have two. Um, that's a good thing because I have an outlet for that. I'm not like just I have somewhere to put my work, and that's a good thing. The problem is I would never put something like this, like me talking like this. I would never put that to the second channel that I have, which is a channel that has a dedication. It's things that I like to edit, like my heart edits basically. On this channel, it's gaming. It's all about gaming, and I want to keep that strictly about that no matter what. That's just a thing. I doubt anybody cares, who is behind the scenes, who is actually making the videos. Uh, if you do, that's great, and I love that, and I appreciate you thinking that way, but I think 95, 98% of the people in here don't care about that. That being said, I want to find a balance between gaming content and talking about video games and showing you video games, and talking about like talking, right? Like having it about me a little bit. Not like 80-20, right? 80 about video games, 20 about me, basically. So, uh, the sort of compromise I'm trying to find the sweet spot, right? The compromise I'm trying to make with this series or whatever you want to call it, uh, is to find like a way to keep myself busy from figuring out topics and things I want to talk about, big videos I want to create next. The reason I think that this will help me is because I have, like I told you, I just finished one of the biggest videos I have made uh, about the microtransactions, which is about 20-minute long video or something like that. I'm not sure now. Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. That video took a long time to make. I don't know how other YouTubers or big names out there do it. The way I do it, when it's a video like that, at least, not like this one, but the one that is very well prepared and edited as well as I can do it. A video like that takes 4 weeks if I rush it, at least a month usually. And the reason for that is that I have to write a script. Usually I change the script throughout the making of the video, so I write a script, I talk, right, like I read out the script into the microphone, and then I put it into my video editor, and then I have to start actually putting the video for the audio so you can look at it. And that process in itself, just writing it and putting it into the audio form, that can take, because I have a full-time job, so I can't just sit here all day thinking what I write. Usually when I write, I already know what I'm gonna write, like for at least 2 days. So writing takes like the least amount of time, maybe like I take maybe like a day, maybe like 2 hours or an hour to write the whole thing usually. Um, I don't think it's rushed. I just like it comes out of my head like that, and it's usually good enough for me. But then comes the part where I have to actually put the video and then edit everything, so it's like for you to watch it, it's not boring, right? Because just if you just watch a video where I talk to a black screen, nobody's gonna care. And when it's a message like the one I made about the microtransactions, I did my best to keep your attention, right? Like I just want to make sure, one, that you don't skip, or at least not too much, and second, that it's always interesting. And I know that educational videos are usually never, and that was my big challenge there, is just to retain attention for the important parts, right? So doing that in itself, that took me well over a month at that point. And when I finished that video and uploaded it, I have my system. You don't know this, you don't care, but I have this system that I basically upload every time I upload a video. If it's a short or it's a regular video, every time I upload a video, I don't look at it. I mean, I do look, I always watch my videos, but I don't look how it went, right? I'm not looking at analytics and stuff like that. Not after a week, at least a week. I have my rule, and I have never broken it yet, that I upload something and then I wait a week, and the next week, usually Fridays, I look back at it and I look at everything at once, and then I respond to comments. If somebody's commenting on something, I respond to that, and then I just go about like my day again. Like I'm try to not fixate on numbers. I want to not know if subscription numbers are going up or down, or they are going up slower than the last week. I don't want to look at that, because I don't want to get obsessed over it, because I don't want my content to be dictated by what people want to look at. Not necessarily. Of course, I want to give people what they want and all that stuff, but it's primarily about my enjoyment, and I want to share my enjoyment of things. Especially on this channel, it's about games, right? So if I enjoy a video game, I want to share it, but I still want that content to be about what I liked that much, that I want to show it to you, right? I don't want to start making videos about video game. Let's say 85% of you that are watching my content love League of Legends. I play League, but I'm not gonna make a video about it. I'm not gonna show you my gameplay, because that's not what I enjoy doing. I enjoy playing it time to time, but I'm not gonna make it my full-time, content. That's not what I wanna do. If you like a video game, if it's Counter-Strike, it's League of Legends, Fortnite, good for you, great. Go watch people who do content. I do that too, but that's not what this channel is, right? So my point is that the content, I want it to always be about what I want to show. So that's a tangent, but I'm just trying to say that when I upload, I don't look at it, and I don't know how that microtransaction video has done yet. I don't, what, a lot of the times I don't want to know, because I don't want to be disappointed, because I know growing channels anywhere, but especially probably on YouTube, I think, is just a nightmare. It's a numbers nightmare, because you always think you can do a little better than you did. It's never ending story. If you have 1 million subscribers or 1,000, it's always in the back of your mind. For me personally, it goes like this. I love every time there is like 10 people that liked a video that I made, and that's always good enough for me. Like, I know that a lot of people don't believe that probably when they hear that, but I'm serious. If there's 10 people, if I have 10 fans on the channel that always like the video, and not because they they actually like it, I don't mean pressing a button, I mean actually liking the content, right? If there's 10 people, I've done it. That's me making it on YouTube. Like, trust or don't trust, that's not important. That's how I feel about it. But it doesn't stop you from looking at the numbers. It doesn't stop you from looking at, there's all these analytics that YouTube does now, all these things. You can look at how this video did the best this week, right? And all these things. And I look at it because I, you know, every day of the week, or not every, once a week, right? The one day in a week, that's what I was trying to say. That way I look at that. Not because I wanna see, you know, if I'm improving or not and whatever, but it's just like information. It's just, hey, did I do well for you guys this week or not? That's kind of the mentality I go with. And I realized this week specifically that after making that video, and like I said, when I uploaded it, I did what I could, you know, to promote it. I put it on Twitter, which nobody gives a fuck about, but like that's the extent, right? I do what I can to make the video presentable to its best, like, quality I can, and then I leave it. I don't look at it. When YouTube recommends it to me on my, because my main channel or my main account, where I have all my subscriptions, is the second channel, right? So when I go on that second channel, it gets recommended, right? And I always click on it, or not watch it, but I click on the options and say don't recommend it, I watched it already. That's always what I do. I don't wanna see if the views go up throughout the week or not, because YouTube always fucking shows it to me for some reason in my homepage, even though I watched it already. So I don't wanna see it. I don't wanna like obsess over it. I don't wanna stress over it. Hey, I've, you know, spent so much time on this video and it doesn't get any views. That it's just demotivating. And I get, if people get obsessed over the numbers, they see something like this, I can see how they can fall into like a spiral, right? They can be depressed over it. So I don't look at it. I don't want to become that way. And that is a big ass way, or long ass way, to say that today or tonight I realized, well, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to jump from one video idea to the other. I know there's a lot of hardworking people on YouTube that do that, and good for them if they can keep up at it. But even if I didn't have a full-time job, it would still be incredibly stressful, because right now I've started a new video. Right after the microtransaction video, I started a new video. And I really want to make this video. I'm not rushing it or anything, but I really want to make it because I think that's exactly the type of content I want to put out. This time it's actually about a video game. It's not about educating you, but it's about a video game. I think you will really enjoy that one. So I will make it, but as I was making, you know, I was creating content, I was recording the video game. It's a video game that I really enjoy right now. I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to make the video, but it's a puzzle game. And one day I will talk about this too, but not today. But I don't like puzzles, and I don't like games that have puzzles, that primarily have puzzles. If you wanna call me stupid, go for it. I really don't mind. That might be the case, honestly. I just don't retain the attention. It boggles me. It bores me. Not in the way like, oh, this is too easy, I'm bored. No, it just bores me. I don't wanna think. Like, I have weird mind. I don't think I'm a stupid person, but I don't like thinking. I don't know how to explain it. So when I'm thinking about puzzles, I get super bored. And when I am bored, I had the same exact problem when I was in school, by the way. When I am bored and I am forced to think about the thing that bores me, I get incredibly fast, like exhausted. Like, it exhausts me super quickly. So after, like, literally, there's like, I don't know how many, I didn't finish the game, but let's say there's like 50 chambers of puzzles. I'm on like 20, maybe 21 or something like that, and after each chamber, I always have to quit the game and go do something else, play something else, or something, like, just to get my energy back, because it so bores me to do the puzzles. I love finishing them when I can make it, but thinking about it bores me. And I realized, because I was trying to record, you know, footage for the video, I realized I'm forcing myself to play the game just to make the content, just to make the video. I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm just trying to get through the game because I want to make the video. And, you know, so idea was born. I need to keep my mind occupied in a different part of the channel, so that I don't force myself into experiences. Because I think if I will make the video on the bedrock of being just annoyed with it, it will get different. It will be different. It will be changed, and maybe it will be like a bad influence on how the video will turn out. So I want to avoid that. So I thought to myself, let's see how this goes. I thought that I can make on this channel something I've done before, but not in this style before. There's there's one playlist on this channel that is called My Talks, where I do what is essentially this, but it's not quite, right? Very unorganized videos where I just talk about something that just crossed my mind that I thought was interesting to share. Most of them don't, nobody watches that, because why would anybody fucking watch that? But sometimes they get watched, and usually it's hate watching you, but that's fine. But I'm trying to say is that I want to make that like a vlog situation, except it will have a structure, but it will be just me talking, and usually it's gonna be boring. And the reason for that, the reason for this existing, is so that I can get out of myself the things that like I wish to talk about, instead of making a long ass video about it, because I think a lot of the things that I come up with for a video as an idea isn't necessarily the best video I can make, but once I think of it, I need to make it. So now I'm stuck in the hole of making a video that I don't think will be great, but I have to make it. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody who is potentially watching this right now, but if it does, if you got what I was trying to tell you, then great. Then you understand that this is more like, this is like a window to my mind, which is such a fucking stupid way of saying it, but it's kind of true. Yeah, so this week's video, this week's episode, I hope I can hold myself back to make only one episode a week. I don't want to overclock my channel with this. I don't even think it's possible, because these videos will be probably long, because I'll be just talking a lot out of my ass basically, and I mean, I'm not gonna be editing it that much, or I don't know if how much at all, but the point of these videos, these episodes, will be just me talking, like a podcast style maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can make a podcast with only one person, honestly, but yeah, it's just me trying to get off my chest things that I would normally obsess over in like a long, overcomplicated video. So this is like venting in a way, in a sense. Alright, so that was first, 19 minutes of the video, just that. Yeah, so okay, here's a what did I do so far, I guess. What's on my mind? Let me see. There's the third episode of The Expanse. No idea if anybody cares or watch it or plays that. It's on Epic, which I don't agree with, by the way, but I've played that third episode today, and I have to say, I was surprised at, I don't want to like give spoilers here, but I was surprised at like one of the choices in this episode that seemed to me like, for how much Telltale games don't give you choices, this was surprisingly impactful. Like, at least I think so. Maybe in the fourth episode we will learn that it didn't have the impact, but so far I think it was really weird that we we can make quote-unquote mistake, and it will have several consequences, which I did. And then I replayed the episode again to see if the second choice will actually positively impact the story, and it did. So, just interesting. I made a video about how Telltale changed. I mean, you can go watch that if you really care about that. Yeah, this is one of those things that surprised me, that got me off guard, is that it really did change. They changed the way it looks now, not just visually, just like how the stories play out seem different. I don't know if good different yet. I think when The Wolf Among Us comes out, the season 2, we will see then how far did they like, reboot the entire company. But for now, yeah, it seems like it's different. It's like they call themselves like. Give me a second here. I've seen them describe it, interactive cinema developers, which is interesting. I don't know if they had that before or the new Telltale did it, but that's what they call themselves, which is alright. I can live with that. That's pretty much what it is, yeah. So yeah, the new Immortals game came out. I don't know what it's called. I have it on my wish list. I will play that at some point, not now. Let me see. Can see it. Where is it? There you go. Immortals of Aveum? Aveum? I'm not sure. There's mixed reviews right now. But that's mostly because it's probably, I think it's Unreal Engine 5 game, and AAA games that are based on this engine will suffer for a while. It's the same, it's the engine that, for example, Callisto Protocol was made on. And I think it's facing the exact same backlash. It's just that the optimization is out of the window, right? It's down the toilet because it's just Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine always had this problem. People are complaining about it like it's a new thing, but they are just using engine that's easy to use and free to use. But it has this problem. Like, especially now because Unreal Engine 5 is new. The engine itself is not, but the 5 there makes difference. There's a lot of new things, and it's very compelling to use it when you see what the engine can do. So I understand why companies wanna use it. But yeah, that game looks fucking amazing. That game looks great. That looks like if it wasn't Magic, man. That's the only thing that that's why I didn't even buy it like now. I will play it someday, but not right now. I think the cutscenes looks great. The gameplay looks super good because like I like first person gameplay always, and it looks like it's like Magic and you're casting, and I like that. But I don't like Magic. I've never liked Magic. Most stories or all stories, I think. I've never watched or seen or played a story with Magic that wasn't awkward, that wasn't weird. I think Witcher 3 has great magic mechanics, but I still don't like that they are using magic. I prefer, like, if you want to do things like that, I prefer alchemy. Alchemy seems like, that's basically chemistry. So I like that connection to a real life. I don't like magic. And magic can do anything. There's hardly any rules involved in magic when there's magic in a story. That's why I don't like it. I've seen the new gameplay of that's what I wanted to talk about actually. Like, let's make that the last the last thing for the pilot episode. And then I will sign off, and hopefully, man, I hope that's gonna be the last thing for the week. See, but I think so. So, I've seen the gameplay trailer, or basically there's just a short gameplay. I don't know if it's called gameplay trailer or gameplay demo of the Modern Warfare 3 remake, right? So, man, people are upset about that. I don't even know why. I don't get it. Like, I mean, I understand because there is this fan base war, and I don't even know which sides are like for. Because in my time, when I was around 20, the sides were, well, you are on the side of Battlefield or you are on the side of Call of Duty. Call of Duty was this arcade kind of like a shooter that was very well established, and when you bought, you know, Call of Duty game, you could you knew exactly what the multiplayer would look like, and when you bought a Battlefield game, you knew exactly how the gameplay would look like. You knew that if you played Call of Duty multiplayer, you would not get vehicles, and you would just get like this hit scan shooting, right? When you bought Battlefield, it was exactly the opposite. You could fly things, you could, you know, jump off a helicopter, parachute down, and you had bullet time, all these, you know, like just big ass map versus hit scan map. Like that was the difference. But these days, especially like, you know, with the new with the updated engine, I don't know which game started that actually, but you know, since Activision created the new engine for the new Call of Duty games, Warzone happened, all these things. Since that, the line is super blurry, so if you like Battlefield games, now you would actually probably enjoy Call of Duty games, which I think was the entire point why they did it. On top of that, Battlefield, the newest Battlefield, is pretty bad. That's like the universal opinion as far as I can see. So I don't know why people, like which people are hating on Call of Duty anymore. I just know that a lot of people do. But anyway, when I watched the video, I noticed that it had like 3k likes or 3.5k likes and 1k dislikes, like the ratio on something that looks great. Like I remember playing Call of Duty when I played Modern Warfare 3. I remember because Modern Warfare, the original ones, were like the best video game experience of me at that age. I don't know how old I was, but at the time, man, fuck me, that was so fucking, was a great story. To this day, like 9 out of 10 at least for me. Like I loved that story, and the reworking of it, I think is pretty cool. I don't have problem with it. I honestly actually think there's places where they have improved on it. So I am super looking forward to the third one, but I'm just kind of surprised that not a lot of people enjoy or like the fact they are reworking it. I think it's probably because people just don't like the idea of Activision banking on something they have already made. Just a lot of people have problem with that these days, and I don't mind. Like I get it, because there's a lot of companies that said we'll remake a game, and then they barely did anything, you know. So that makes sense to me, but this looks honestly so good. Like, I mean, go look it up. I mean, they dropped like 2 days ago, something like that. I don't know. And yeah, that looks great. That looks really really nice. Graphically, of course, it looks great, but it just looks like, because I remember the original mission, and they like show you in this gameplay trailer. They show you the like one of the more iconic scenes. Like there's a scene. There's a scene in Modern Warfare 3, I think, and I think it's towards this, like at the start of the game, where you break into a prison, right? And in that storyline, or in that version of the story, you break out Captain Price without knowing it, basically. I think in this storyline, the Modern Warfare storyline is now reworked, right? So now Price is with you, or at least, I mean, obviously I didn't play the story, so maybe he's not, but he's not in the same position. He's not like presumably dead like he was before, which means that right now we are breaking into the prison for different reasons, but very like there's elements that are super same, that are like very very copy paste, but what happens on that map is very different. So it has very good balance between like being reworked but kept in essence, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm biased towards Call of Duty. My days of playing that game are long gone, or long relatively. There's some people on this channel who probably watched some of my videos on Call of Duty, so I've definitely played Warzone and stuff like that. Uh, but when I say my days of Call of Duty are gone, I'm saying that like the days of me like being any kind of fanboy or any kind of like, fuck Battlefield or whatever. Call of Duty is the best. I think if they didn't fuck it up, Battlefield would be still a great game, but unfortunately, right now, ironically, Call of Duty actually is objectively a better game, so far at least, because I played the multiplayer of both games. And Call of Duty is just better, I'm sorry. Just is. Objectively it is. Maybe they fixed the Battlefield 42 one. I don't know. Didn't play that since then, but yeah, that looks great. That looks like I can't wait to play the campaign. I can't wait to play the story because I thoroughly enjoyed Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I very much enjoyed these. Surprisingly, because I went into both of these campaigns not expecting a whole lot and just like I wanted to know, I wanted to know what's gonna happen. I was expecting a solid 4 out of 10, and I think it came out maybe 8 even. So yeah, not the first one, but the second one I really enjoyed. So yeah, so that's it for me. I think I really can't think of anything else right now. Besides, the whole point of this episode is just to inform you why. Why watch it or why not watch it. So yeah, I think that's all for me, and hopefully this will keep all the bad content out of the channel. And if you are super like bored, this is going to be like the place where all the unbaked ideas will go into. Meanwhile, when I'm actually working on something that is interesting. Right. Yeah, that's everything, and I will be glad to see you next week. Bye.